What's up YouTube, it's Adam from I'm a Music Mogul. In today's video I'm going to answer a YouTuber's question by IllWillKM82. His question was, how do you get that Nicki Minaj stutter effect that she uses in pretty much all of her songs? She takes a word before a phrase or chorus and stutters it and then goes into that little saying. She does it a lot in pretty much all of her music. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now in Logic Pro. It is a fairly easy thing to do, and sometimes we overthink things as mixers, producers. Sometimes the simplest thing to do is probably the best thing to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now in Logic Pro. I'm actually going to show you two methods in which you can go about it. I got a little acapella from Nicki Minaj right here, and I'm going to go ahead and play that in a second. But the first thing you got to know before you do anything is know the tempo of your track. Now, in this case, I don't know the tempo of the track because this acapella is, I didn't really take the time to beat match it and find out what the tempo is. But when you're doing this, make sure you know the tempo of your song, which you should because you're creating the song, so you already know what the BPMs are. And then you'll just be able to keep your stutter in time with the song. I'm going to try my best right here for the tutorial's sake. So let's get straight to the tutorial. That is one thing that you just got to know off the bat before, but you should know that anyways because you're producing the song, recording it. Here is the acapella right here.
Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob.
So that did have this was an explicit version of the acapella. I made it clean by kind of doing a tape effect on the bad word.
Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob.
All right, so basically what she does, she takes the first word of that, first word of what she's about to say and stutters it and kind of builds it up into that saying. So in this case, she says stop. So there it is right there. So you're going to isolate that. And then what you're going to do is basically just cut that, snip it up. So hit escape on your keyboard and go to your scissors tool and just snip around it. Just like that. And then you want to create another audio track. Quick tip, by the way, guys, all you have to do to create another track that you want to create. In this case, I want to create an audio track. So you select the audio track that you already have in your arrange window and then just double click in the gray area and Logic will create that for you. All right, so now that we cut our audio up right there, we're going to select it, hold down the Option key on our keyboard and just basically drag it to before that word is spoken. So just like that. And then we're going to drag this again. She typically does it about 4 times, 3 times, repeated before she says something. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and play and let's see how that sounds.
Stop.
Of course, we don't hear it because I didn't solo my track right here.
Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob.
So that is a little bit fast. I can just push that back a little bit. Push that forward.
Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob.
I'm just going to make this a little louder.
Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob.
So that's pretty much it right there. You're just basically cutting the phrase and just re-looping it. Now, obviously, you're going to take a little bit more time into actually getting it on time with the song and kind of moving it to where you like in the track. But then what you want to do is just make it build up by automating the volume. So it goes from a little lower volume to pretty much the volume of what that other track is at.
Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob. Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob. Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob.
So that's pretty much it. Now, like I said, this is not really in time with the song, so it is going to sound a little bit off. But if I did know the tempo, I would kind of line it up with my grid and make it sound perfectly in time with the song.
Stop playing, you know that I'm known for the bob.
But for the most part, you guys get the point. So that's the first method I want to show you, just basically the cut and paste kind of method. All right, so the second method I want to show you guys is basically taking that word and putting it into a sampler track. And then basically this gives you the ability to play out the arrangement you want for the stutter basically live and on the keyboard or whatever you're playing with on your drum pads, whatever it may be. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Basically, we already got the first step done. We chopped up the word that we want to be stuttered. Next step you want to do is right click on that region and then go down to convert to new sampler track. And then regions will be selected because we selected the region that we want to be put into our sampler track, and then hit OK. Logic will automatically mute that region and then put it into your EXS24 and it'll sound like this. basically the same thing. But we don't want this muted, so I'm just going to go ahead and unmute that and delete this region, as we're going to go ahead and play it live right now. So I'm just going to take that off solo. And then the next step you want to do is open up your EXS24 and make sure your one shot box right here is ticked. Now basically in the EXS24 sampler, what the one shot means is if I go ahead and hit this key right now, I basically have to hold down the key in order to get the whole phrase to be spoken. But if I just want to quickly hit the button, I'm not going to get the whole stop word. So I'm going to go ahead and hit one shot, which basically every time I hit the key on my keyboard, it's going to play that whole sample that's associated with that key, rather than me having to hold down the key to get the whole sample played out. So hopefully you guys got that. I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to hit save. And then basically what you want to do is, just like you would any other instrument, go ahead and record that stutter in live. So let's go ahead and record that.
That pain, you know that I'm known.
Let's see how that sounds. You can go ahead and quantize that if you want.
That pain, you know. That pain, you know that I'm known for the ball. That pain, you know that I'm known for the that pain.
So right there you can see it's a little bit off because, well, my tempo is not, I don't know what the tempo is, so it's going to be a little bit off, but like I said, I'll try my best.
That pain, you know that I'm known for the ball.
And maybe this method is actually probably better for you guys because you can actually visually see the grid of your track, and you can kind of move around the sound to where you want it, so it's in time perfectly with your song, and basically plays out exactly the way you want to play out. If you want it on 8th notes, on 16th notes, 32 notes, that's up to you, and you could easily do that with sampler track right there. Like I said, this is not perfect, and it's far off there, but hopefully you guys don't mind. I just want to quickly throw this tutorial together and just show you guys the method to do it, and hopefully you got the point that you could either do it with a software track, you just cut and paste the actual word itself and kind of build it up before that actual phrase is spoken. Alright, so hopefully IlWillKM82, I answered your question. Maybe some of you other guys had this question as well, so hopefully I answered it for you. Again, I do apologize for not knowing the tempo of the track. Maybe I should have done more homework before I started this tutorial. But I just wanted to do it quickly and basically get the idea out there so you guys understand basically the concept of how to do it. And hopefully I've done that in this video. You can let me know if I did or not in the comment section below. And as usual guys, more great videos always coming soon. If you have any requests like IlWillKM82, you can ask me in the comment section below, or message me or Twitter me at I'm a Music Mogul. Yeah, for more great videos, remember to subscribe, and I will more great videos always are coming. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah, later.